Good evening, and I'm gonna call this meeting to order. Due to the Pledge of Allegiance. Anyone do this?
Salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag
of the United States of America, and
to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
that might have been the remix. Okay, and we can stop recording if we need to.
That's the playback.
It is. Okay, got you? And stop recording.
We're in the matrix.
We are in the Matrix. Welcome to tonight's meeting where the Matrix might happen. Okay, we good? We might be good, okay. We're gonna,
Close.
yeah, we will. We're moving on to roll call.
Mayor Villarreal,
President.
Mayor Pro Tem Flores.
Yeah.
Councilmember Nave,
Here.
Councilmember Soria,
Present.
Councilmember Sanchez.
Here.
All are present.
At this time, we're gonna move into closed session and we will return shortly. Welcome back. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to, city council. We just got back from, our closed session and we do have something to report. Take it away, Megan.
Yes, the council voted to approve a settlement agreement with Salvador Guzman for $500,000 paid for by insurance. And also council voted to reject a government code claim from Julian Barajas and Vicky Vasquez. And also I want to report that on the mid-management negotiations item, Councilmember Nave did recuse herself from the item and she did step out from closed session.
Thank you. Moving on to the approval of the agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda tonight?
I'm moving to the agenda. I'll second.
I have Nave, a motion from Nave, a motion from, Flores. All in favor? Aye.
Motion carries 5-0.
And then moving on to council report. We can start, and we can do it. Yeah, people.
I'm gonna make it quick because we have a full house. We did, it's been a while since we got together, so, I did send a rib cookout, coalition meeting at the Wellness Center. Give a little bit of update there. We baked potato sale with Virginia on the 3rd of November. Economic Development Committee meeting, which was very interesting. Food drive with alternative ed on the police department. We helped out at that. We were invited to the Lindsay Foothill Rotary to meet the district governor. We did go to the Jingle Mingle at the Lindsay Museum, and I wanted to show you guys the shirt that they are selling. They're trying to fix the
This way.
old, was it, oh, this way? They're trying to fix the old high school pictures that were thrown away, basically. So they got this shirt that was used to be an old package label, thank you. So they're selling those on Fridays. You guys go in there and look, they have really, really pretty trees. And then I drove by the Olive Bowl and there's grass. It looks so awesome. So that's it. I mean, okay, cool.
Thank you. Sonia?
Hello, everybody, want to start at the polls. I want to start out by saying thank you to all the different organizations that have made the holiday season a little bit better for our community. Tulare County Food Bank distributed some food, the Lindsay Alternative, the Kiwanis, the as well as other partners. I really appreciate it. Foothill Rotary, I really appreciate them as well with the turkey drive. We're always trying to do our best for our community, and it's great to have great organizations that come to our community to help out, especially around holidays. It has been a few weeks. I was able to attend the Harvest Festival at McDermott, and I was able to make my way to Lindsay Gardens anytime I get to spend some time around that. The folks that have seen a lot more than I have, it's really a pleasure. I was able to take my kids and bring a little bit of joy to them. So I do my best to make my way with as often as I can. I also attended a Lindsay football and cheer playoff game and all Valley championship game where the junior Cardinals 12U unfortunately were the runner-ups, but they did make it to the finals. And I also attended a Bell game that happened the day before. Lindsay did take the bell back from Strathmore, so we have a bragging rights for this year. I also attended the Rib Cook-Off, great ribs, great organization by Destiny and her groups and the folks that helped her. It was a great event. I love to be part of it. It didn't rain this year, so it was wonderful. And I also was able to attend the Lindsay Cardinal basketball game and soccer scrimmage. So it's been an eventful couple of weeks, and I look forward to the Christmas parade and all the other activities around holidays that we have in Lindsay. Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't have anything to report, but it's good to see a full house today. There's a lot of young people here. That's great to see. Just stay warm and be safe because the roads are wet.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This is something new that's, for Medi-Cal members. And it is a box full of fruit and vegetables that's delivered to your door. I know this has been, and it's weekly. I know this has been, given to, I believe, the school district, but a lot of people that maybe don't have kids have Medi-Cal, and it's for Medi-Cal recipients. And it has to be Anthem. But most of the people that we've, spoken to that are getting these boxes, they're pretty big boxes, and they're filled with vegetables and fruit. Every week it's delivered to your home.
Nice.
If you need any information, maybe we could put it on the website
Yeah.
or something. Yeah, and it just started. It started in, Kern County and it came down to Tulare County.
Cool, thank you. I'm gonna make it short because I've attended a lot of these things that they did, so you guys could.
We were all there together.
We were all there together, yeah. But I want to welcome tonight, the adult ed and our LFs and staff here that are here, so welcome to city council. Yeah, so let's enjoy this council meeting. Thank you. Moving on to public comment. Members of the public may address the city council on this matter with the jurisdiction of the city of Lindsay. Persons wishing to address the council concerning an item on the agenda will be invited to address the council during that time that the council is considering the agenda item. Persons wishing to address the council concerning an issue not on the agenda will be invited to address the council during the public portion of the meeting. When invited by the mayor to speak, please step up to the lectern, state your name and city residence, and make your comments. Comments are limited to 3 minutes per speaker. Do we have any public comments? This is the time. What? Come up here, please.
Good evening, Marcelino Perez.
Is it?
Good evening, Marcelino Perez, we got considered Lindsay. Okay, so I apologize to my parents, I got off work and got out here as safe as I could. Okay, so my concern is, on or about September 3rd, there was an officer involved shooting on a high-speed chase. Is the city council aware of this?
We can't speak during this time, we just have to make your public comment.
Okay,
Thank you.
so in regards to this, I've researched, social media, other platforms, and have found no record of this. So, apparently there is a subject stating that he was shot by a Lindsay police officer, right? On September 3rd, late evening, in the area of Palm and Sequoia. And my concern is that there's no record of it. I've searched police records and, other platforms to see what's going on about it, and I came up empty-handed, so just wanted to get enough of,
And thank you. What was your address again?
531 North Gilville.
Thank you. Do we have any more public comment? No, going once, going twice. It's closed. At this time, we're gonna have the city manager report.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Been a lot of activities, a lot of events, over the past few weeks. I won't necessarily go into that. We've got a lot of great events that are upcoming, and I think, that'll be in one of the upcoming items that we'll go over some of those things. We continue to work on, some of our energy projects, and we're going to be having some site visits in 2 weeks to do some deeper dives. Been meeting with staff, getting information, for energy efficiency, solar options. That's moving along very well. Met with Southern California Edison last week, and for all you young people as well, there's some great scholarship that they provide. I believe they're going to be coming to the December meeting to share a little bit verbally about that scholarship program, but they are very interested in having applicants from Lindsay and trying to get some nice dollars to our learners here in Lindsay. So that was very good. There's also some discussion about helping to support some of our community environmental beautification efforts. So we will be applying for one of their grants early next year, and we'll keep our fingers crossed in anticipation of receiving a nice grant for that. So that was a fruitful meeting. I know the rib cook-off was mentioned, but since our city services manager is in the audience, I just want to thank Mr. Avina for cooking the ribs and for everyone else that
Big
helped.
master of
Yeah, Rib Master, he's continues to do a fantastic job. He's a chef connoisseur outside of his daily job duties. So I personally got to enjoy the tastiness of those ribs. So thank you for having and for all the staff. I know that our police department was in full force for all these events. Our fire department, city services, they helped clean up, helped set up. Parks and Rec also helping to organize and set up. It's really for all of these functions. It's a you know, we have quite a few and employees step up time and time again to help make sure that things run very well, even if we're not the primary sponsors of the event. We're still supporting all the various efforts, and that goes for the food giveaways. I know that Lindsay Unified had hosted some of the food giveaways, and logistically it was problematic, and so we stepped up and said we would take on that effort on city property, and so there's a lot of good things that the city's continuing to do to support this community. So I applaud all of our employees for helping out in those efforts. EDC meeting was mentioned, just to highlight a couple of those things. We focused on some economic development options. There's some possible business expansion and as well as downtown revitalization. So there's a few different efforts that we're looking at with new businesses coming in and how to get additional resources into downtown. And then, as was mentioned, the Olive Bowl is continuing to make good progress. We recently will be shifting over, so we're still waiting on some electrical equipment for the Olive Bowl itself, but the focus on the cruise will now go to the Kaku Park portion of that. So we approved last week a change order to help us get the ball rolling on that. So there'll be improvements on that side that will be moving into high gear. With the new playground equipment, there'll be some benches, there'll be some walking paths, and you know, it'll be a nice addition. So it won't just be a nice Olive Bowl, but that whole piece of city property on that side of town will be very nice, very usable. And then lastly, the only other thing I want to report is that currently Bryant Water Authority is having a retreat, and so today, tomorrow, and Thursday, talking a lot about getting additional water. We're talking about some options on different things that they can do along the actual river. So on the San Joaquin River that goes through the north side of Fresno, how that making some improvements can help provide additional water for all the members. And then tomorrow there'll be a large topic as far as how to reduce some of the costs for water. So I think those are two big points that I think is really important for this city.
Thank you, Carmen. Moving on to the consent calendar. Routine items are approved in one motion unless an item is pulled for discussion. There will be no separate discussion of these matters unless the request is made. In which event, the item will be removed from the consent calendar to be discussed and voted upon a separate motion. Do I have a motion to approve the consent calendar? I move. We approve it.
I second.
I have a motion from Nate, a second from Sawyer. All in favor? Aye.
Motion carries 5-0.
At this time, we have a presentation item. We have 12.1, Lindsay Owens City Sister Program. And this is presented by a bunch of learners from the high school. Welcome.
And Julie Dinner.
This is,
Well, my name's former students.
former.
No, not even that.
No.
Well, the other, you got some former students.
Well, okay, take it away.
Well,
Mike,
we'd like to proudly report, we are the Ono City delegation that went to Ono City in April. And we are finally here to report back to share our trip with you. And so we have a little slideshow, and our delegation will take a few minutes, each person to share a little bit of their highlights. I'm Julie Denny, and I am an LF at Lincoln. And so one of my jobs will be to look at how to bring Ono City and the Japanese culture into our classrooms and into our schools. So I'm going to be doing some after-school clubs in the spring to bring that to little learners' attention. So
Awesome.
I'm Anthony Barra. I'm a former student at Lindsay High School, and currently I work full-time at Autonomous, but,
Is it clicker? Is there a clicker up there?
there, but it's still loading.
you can go ahead and introduce yourselves, but while it's loading.
Okay. My name is Esther Adame. I'm also a former student from Lindsay High School. I recently graduated with Fresno State, and I'm doing my residency. And I'm recently doing my teacher residency and master's program at Jefferson.
Let's go. Welcome.
Yay!
Get it, girl.
Hi, my name is Giovanni Olmos, and I'm currently a student at Lindsay High. And I also went on the trip to Japan.
Nice. Thank you.
good evening, everyone. My name is Andrew Villa. I'm a content level 10 learner here at LHS, and I was given the privilege to be able to travel to Japan in spring of last year. Very nice.
Nice. Yeah, thank you.
Hello, my name is Isabel. I'm also a student at Lindsay High School, and I travel to Japan.
Hello, I'm Ethan Villa. I'm a student at Roosevelt Elementary, and I got to travel to Japan with them.
Awesome. Thank you guys. Welcome. Is it ready to go?
Click through
No, it's
without
not
it
loading,
being,
but just let me know and I'll do the next slide.
okay, you can go ahead and just kind of.
We have dial-up internet right now. Do you guys know what that is?
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, it's all good. Technical difficulties.
Only we have an IT department.
Oh, there we go.
Perfect,
Go
cool.
ahead and click through it. We have to be at the microphone, just like
Go
talk
ahead
from here.
and say it.
Well, I mean, just be loud so that the public can hear.
Okay,
Yeah,
go ahead.
get your teacher voice.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Andrew.
This is when we first entered Japan. They were so excited to see us there. So much excitement throughout. I was nervous. I know we were all kind of nervous to see how they were going to treat us, but they were treated us with lots of respect. It was amazing. Super excited to see us. And this is us here in the airport when we first met them. And of course, they came in with all their LHS merch and all their Lindsay stuff. Just super excited.
This is the families that took care of us. They like had us stay with them, our host families. And it treated us with love, kindness, and like a lot of respect.
Ono City in general is very farm heavy, kind of like Lindsay. They have lots of plots everywhere. They farm mostly rice there. And so I think about like half of their city, which is basically the size of a state, is kind of just rice fields. And then some lots of towns and stuff that people go to.
So this is where, this is like the hub of Ono City. We're standing in a building, the pictures, I took the picture out of a window, and the brown building that's kind of like an M, that's their big long library. The round building that's over on the right-hand side is called their ELAC building, it's their language institute and like their community center. They are very, very community oriented. And so everything they do really has this lens of getting their citizens to be involved. And so we spent a lot of time in these buildings, touring them and just getting a real big sense of how their cities run and all of the different services that they provide for their children as well as their adults. Safety is a huge priority to them. Can you go to the next slide, I think? Let me go to the next slide. So one of the big things is, go back one slide. One of the really big, pride places where they spend a lot of their time and energy is,
Miranda, are you
go
trying to?
one more,
Or is he doing it?
go, no, the other direction. Where's the, okay, so this is the fire department, but what's the other, disaster preparation center. They spend a lot of time preparing their citizens for all of the natural disasters that they have. They have tons of earthquakes. And so this building actually was damaged in one of the last earthquakes. And so they have retrofitted their fire department, and it's fascinating. We are actually down in this basement underneath the building. They went down and built underneath the building to give stability. So it's like basically the building's floating off of the ground, to give the structure and the stability when there are earthquakes, so that their resource center and their disaster center won't collapse. And so it was just fascinating to be a part of their engineering and just understand how they prepare their citizens for disasters. They have all sorts of programs and pamphlets, and their children go to school with backpacks that are not just a backpack to carry their supplies, but they are safety shields and flotation devices, and it houses everything that a child would need to be safe in an earthquake or any kind of tsunami or thing when their parents aren't around. It's absolutely fascinating. And of course,
Just in their city halls, they have representation of Lindsay, their sister city program, or our sister city program. A bunch of artifacts that were gifts to them, sent from us to them. All the previous delegations that have gone through, see pictures of the older delegations. It's just amazing to see all the connections we have still 50 years later with all these people that we've never met before.
this is their city. Do you guys want to jump in?
We were able to experience their own boardroom and see like all their stuff with like their microphones or TVs, and like they allowed us to see how they solve their problems and like how they come together to like resolve the issues.
Great.
Not only that, but I feel like it was a very culturally enriching experience as well. I think it's very nice seeing the differences that come with us. Lindsay's primarily Hispanics, and I feel like that's really rich here, and you see it compared to now in Japan, and they're cultural. A big thing was that we got to experience a traditional tea ceremony. So that was very eye-opening, and we drank traditional matcha, not like the Starbucks one. It's like, yeah, that's what I thought too. I thought it was gonna be like sweet cold foam, like something on top, but no, it was like traditional matcha straight from, I think it's from the plant, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
and then
grass.
it was, yeah, it's grass, yeah, you're right. Yeah, it was really good.
Does it taste like grass?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you, sorry.
Yeah. No, it's okay.
Candy in the very top.
Yeah, fun fact, it was so bitter to the point where every time you had to take a sip, they gave us like this I think, was it mochi?
It was
It's a very sweet candy, because it's so bitter, to kind of like cleanse the palate so you could get it through. So that was really interesting, yeah. And I think a very fun fact that they included as well was the bowls. They told traditional folktale of the Japanese people. So that was really cool. I think a good comparison is comparing that to our, what is called our traditional, like, donde hacemos el mole, ¿no? Molcajete.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, yeah, the molcajete. So that's kind of like, it's just interesting seeing the comparison in dishes as well. So it's really interesting.
This was one of my favorite parts. We went to a museum, where we also did the traditional tea ceremony. We got to see a lot of amazing, just like little sculptures that they have of samurai, outfits. We even got to try on samurai outfits and traditional kimonos for the women. It was cool how everything was so old and so pristine, how everything was just, they kept everything together, cleaned. I mean, nothing was really like touched, basically. They had instruments, really old instruments that we were able to just like go around and play with. They had signs up just to be careful and stuff, but it was interactive and it was very, touching, historical.
You got the clickers. Oh, you got it.
You can just click there's a little.
Yeah, we'll just click.
There's a lot.
This is my side. Each one of us had their own side, so we added some pictures that we're gonna talk about. In my slide, I included my host family, friends, and food. When I visited Japan, I stayed with my brother Ethan, and our host family was super kind to us. They just loved talking to us, would always try to spend time with us, and I grew a strong connection with my host family's children. There was a little boy and a little girl. I think one was 3 years old and one was 2 years old. They were super kind, always wanted to play with us, super fun. Another one of my highlights was being able to travel with my friends. This is a super unforgettable experience that I'll remember for the rest of my life. It's a rare opportunity that you're able to travel to another country, another continent with your friends from high school, and this is just going to be the peak of my high school experience. I'm gonna remember that forever. And the third thing I highlighted was the food. Visiting Japan, the food was very eye-opening because they don't eat a lot of the things that we eat here. For breakfast, it's always something with rice. It's just very different. I usually don't eat rice, white rice every day for breakfast. But it was very great. I like all the different food that they had. It was a lot of stuff with like seafood, fish. It was the first time I tried octopus. Really good. I recommend.
Okay, yeah, oh yeah, the food was great. It was a really good experience. And I don't even like think I was really supposed to go because I was in 7th grade at the time. But I went. And my favorite part, probably like when we picked strawberries. The strawberries really sweet and good.
Nice.
Yeah, food good too. But my favorite food is probably like the ramen that my host family made for us. Yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Thank you.
The meals there, they don't have just like traditional, like, well, for us in America, we kind of have like a main course, a couple sides. Their thing is just, they have a little bit of everything. So you could just pick and choose what you want. They'll always have rice, usually they'll always have miso soup. But then some days we have, tempura, some days we'll have, sushi. And just whatever they could cook, they'll just make it that day and then our host family, the elders were the ones that could, they had it just every day where all day they were cooking food until, dinner time where we had like just about a little bit of everything. It was awesome.
Nice.
One of my favorite experiences was spending time in the elementary school. Obey Elementary School, we spent the entire day. We were broken into 2 different groups and half of us went to one classroom and another half went to a different classroom. And we learned how to draw calligraphy. We learned how to write our names. We folded origami and we ate lunch with the children in the classroom. And it was just a really amazing experience to experience an education system in another country and just how polite the children are and how responsible they are. They are their own custodians. That wowed me. They clean their schools every day. And it just was really, it was a powerful experience. As an educator here in Lindsay, going and seeing another educational system was really, really powerful and very inspiring. So for me, that was one of my biggest highlights. Wes was another teacher. He works at Roosevelt and he put together his slides of his favorite cuisine. The food obviously is just impeccable and was quite an experience. whether it was at our homes or whether it was out and about in the city when they would take us out for lunch. I think that was a huge highlight for all of us, getting to experience cuisine that we don't get here that's fresh,
Yeah.
right? You can go to a sushi house, but it's nothing like Japan.
The places we visited, just some of the, spots. The castle, it's, I think the oldest castle in the world, I want to say. But we got to walk around, walk through it. And it's, again, very pristine inside. Just about every room is accessible. They have weapons on the wall, just from like old battle stations, I guess. It was awesome to see.
Okay, I made a slide, but I don't know where it's at. So, one of my highlights from my experience with being able to visit the kids at the school, we got to spend the day with them, actually, the high school and the elementary school. And we got to involve in their activities with them, like to see what they did during their free time. And they even taught us how to write calligraphy. We each got to write our own name. Something I will never forget though is being able to try on the kimono. It was heavy and it had over 10 layers, but it was super cool. It was once in a lifetime moment. Overall though, my experience was incredible. I loved being able to see the traditional architecture and experiencing their kind, welcoming, and beautifully maintained community. Everything was so clean.
Thank you. Thank you. What did the learners' meals look like at school?
You want to talk about the meal in the classroom?
And like at school,
The kids, they would get to serve, and I guess like it was more so like you do this one day and then like you don't do the like for a couple of days. So they were basically like their own lunch attendants and they would help serve other students. And it was all very nice, like very clean. And it all had like its own like rules, I guess, compared like order compared to like here where like it's like you get in the line and you just get over there. It's more so like you get there and then like
A communal
wait.
process.
Yeah, it's a
so is there rice on the menu all the time? Do they eat
Yeah.
rice?
Yeah.
They gave us rice and curry.
It's like a curry,
Yeah.
nice curry, yeah.
Oh yeah, and coleslaw. And the way they just eat, like they eat in their classroom, so it's a lot cleaner. So they're more responsible to like clean up afterwards compared to our cafeteria. And it was just an overall nice experience to be able to be in the classroom.
So cool. I have to get Lindsay learners to do that, huh? Not these Americans, huh? Well, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys coming and giving your presentation.
On behalf of the leadership in Ono City, they have a gift that they would like to present. We would like to present to you, the mayor, and to our council members, on behalf, and, probably be expecting, some activities. Ono City is sending a delegation of 14, children and adults coming in March, so March 26th through April 1st. They will be here in Lindsay and we will be taking them around town and maybe even visiting with some of you. And so be looking out for those activities during that time. So thank you for allowing us to share our experience with you and hit us up for any other stories.
Yeah, thank you.
May I
Thank you for
approach
sharing.
your,
Yes, absolutely.
They're still accepting applications and.
Yes. You can't go.
Oh, no.
Thank you.
Did you learn how to make any food? So cool.
They
wrap it. Open it.
Yeah, they actually, we
You
made.
just want to get like, you like the smell?
As a former participant in the services, this program, I think it's a lot of bravery to spend your time in a foreign country with a foreign family. So I really appreciate you representing the city of Lindsay and our community to not just another city, but to an entire country, because people know about the program throughout the country of Japan, and it's really nice to see that the program is continuing to share in fellowship, so share. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you guys again. At this time, we're having presentation items. We're moving on to 12.1. Oh, no, we're moving on to 13, sorry. The department heads report, Armando Silva, yes, Silva. Yeah, Silva, like that.
Yeah, good.
Cause I make the nicknames, you know me.
All right, I'll get the full agenda. All right, good evening, city council. Tonight I'll be doing a recreation update and going into some other updates with our department. All right, first things first, we are excited for Gustavo, our new rec coordinator. Come on up. I'm gonna prepare a speech. So he started 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
2 weeks ago. I'm gonna have him introduce himself and kind of take the experience in recreation.
I have a very long list to read through here. Okay. My name is Gustavo. I'm a resident of Lindsay. I grew up here with my entire life and I moved to Southern California for school. I stayed there for a couple of years and I'm super, super excited to be back. Armando and I have some very crazy ideas, so we propose this to go. Make sure you say yes. Check off on the budget. Asks there. We're super excited.
I'll be saying no before I get to Canada.
I guess it's so good. That's our money, girl.
But regardless, I'm super excited to be here and thank you so much for the
Yeah,
opportunity.
thank you. Welcome. Lindsay. Welcome back to Lindsay. Yes. Ooh, I love it.
That's Gustavo, so welcome aboard.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah. So, some of our winter activities and events, this past Sunday, we had, a turkey and food giveaway at the Wellness Center. Rotary was the main, organization that took charge. We kind of helped out their facility and staffing. They had Virginia out there, it's Friday Night Market, the, Lindsay High School students out there. We had, Purville College students out there, so, it was nice. We gave out 300 turkeys and boxes of foods.
Girl Scouts.
Girl Scouts, yes.
There,
I
yes.
mean, with both Girl Scout troops are out there. So it's kind of nice to see the whole community out there. I think it's grown each and every year, bigger and better, so, it was fun. We're out in the rain with our ponchos,
The
so.
mayor was there too.
The mayor was there too, yes. We're waiting for the police chief, I don't know. What happened? Church, amen. Next up we have, next month is, so we're trying something new this year. We met with Virginia, met with Francis Bauer, that is with the church, yeah, they have a long name. It's very, sorry, the kingdom, yeah.
Is that a motion?
Yes. So this year, we're gonna be doing the Christmas tree lighting and Christmas parade the same night. Rather having the Christmas tree lighting or Christmas tree lighting separate and the Christmas parade same night as Saturday night. Due to safety issues, liability with, having proper staff on each corner. We're gonna be doing the Christmas tree lighting and the Christmas parade same night. So we'll start at 5:45 at Friends City Hall. By 6 o'clock, we'll light the tree. And then the parade will begin over at the Lindsay Food Center and make its way down to City Hall. We have Jefferson's choir group that will be performing. And I'm still working with the Lindsay High School choir group to perform right at 6. And then once the parade is at front of City Hall, the program will conclude and then we'll have the parade going on the rest of the night. So that's what we're gonna try this year and hopefully everything goes smooth. I think it'll work out better than having back-to-back major events on those Friday nights. And then we are having our taste of downtown Lindsay. Last year, we tried it out. We actually did really well during the tree lighting. This year, we're gonna do it during the Saturday night. So that way it gives families to explore downtown Lindsay, check out the businesses, there'll be free food. So that's exciting. We do have the businesses that do appreciate us doing a little bit of effort, getting them exposed to Lindsay, especially on a busy night like Saturday night. The kids can receive their toy and then receive, treats throughout downtown. And then we are hosting a holiday movie at City Hall on Friday, December 19th. We haven't created a flyer yet. We haven't picked the movie yet. So we'll be posting that on our Facebook and our social media on December 1st. And that's gonna be right in front of City Hall with all the lights. So we're gonna try to do it like a holiday movie night. So see how it goes.
Graceful.
It's false, yes.
What's it called?
Christmas vacation.
Yes, classic.
New activities and events, coming up
For who?
in 2026, just a heads up, we'll be doing a, Tiny Hitters baseball program, at Oliveville. So we're excited to kick off, a new baseball and softball league in Lindsay. We are partnering with the school district to run this league. It'll be ran by the city 100%, with the support of the school district. So we're excited about that. We get a lot of comments on Facebook asking if there'll be baseball and softball in Lindsay, and yes, there will be. It's gonna be a little bit different, it's gonna be formatted a little bit different. It can be, fundamental based for fun, not so much competition, just getting the kids out there, learning how to play the sport, having a good time, and getting them ready for high school. So that way when they do go to Lindsay High, they're ready to go,
Mhm.
and we take first place and everything again, so.
There you go, let's go.
And then, new recreation staff coming soon with these sports. We do need to hire more staff. So we'll be hiring a sports coordinator that'll be, part-time, and sports officials for each, sport league. So that'll be coming out probably this week, Miranda, online. So anyone interested, please apply. If you do have sports experience, planning, it's a great opportunity to get involved in the community, sports, especially if you love sports. And hopefully get that part-time to a full-time position. And then next, I'm gonna go over our reorg of our department. You want me to handle it? Okay. So, this year we met, I think, after summer, and decided that, our department, we're going to wellness to recreation. Now we're gonna be parks and recreation, to align with every other community, city. Traditionally, parks and recreation together. So we agreed that we would put both departments together and we would merge, parks over to recreation. And I have a table, a chart, what we were before. So, we had two different divisions in our department, recreation and aquatics. With staff underneath those. Aquatics, we have Chelsea Martinez, she is our pool manager, full-time all year round. She kind of oversees the pool, maintenance, she works with Angel, our pool maintenance guy. Last one daily, our people, and then now we have Gustavo, that will be doing our recreation, so our official events, programming, activities. He'll be taking that off my plate, and I'm excited for that, so. And now, Parks and Recreation, we doubled by adding parks and sports now. So parks will have 3 maintenance workers. We'll have a, maintenance worker 2, and then 2 local ones. And then recreation will stay the same, aquatics will stay the same, and then sports will have a sports coordinator. And then, up to 5 sports officials, for the year. Any questions?
Do you have any questions?
Or not fundraiser.
What is it? Oh, wait, it did pass, but December 1st, right?
Yeah.
December 1st, sorry. We have a baked potato fundraiser, December 1st, I totally forgot. So, we'll be out there from 10 till 6. Same spot, same amount of money, same potato, soda. Please come out and support, half the proceeds. They do go back to our, programs and activities we do. Virginia does, support local nonprofits, organizations in the city. So half of it goes to their group and then half goes to recreation. So we do have a little good bank, already built up. We're gonna be doing some block parties, some other activities in the city. That way we hit, everybody that we can. So December 1st, 10 to 6.
The proceeds are going to girls basketball.
Yeah.
Lindsay High School girls.
Yes.
So it's for your girls basketball.
All right, cool, thank you. Did you have any more questions?
This was concerning parks, recreation of, the new olive bowl. Someone suggested, Coach Kendrick, historic Coach Kendrick here in Lindsay, was asking me questions about maintenance, if we're gonna have, something to, even out the field once we get started, like
The infield?
yeah.
Yeah, we'll have equipment, we'll have a drag and all that stuff.
So,
Yeah, so that was part of our, part of it, we were gonna have designated equipment for that, so not just for that maintenance, but, we're also going to have a designated lawnmower, riding mower for that, because we don't want to cross contaminate, those beautiful fields, with, at our other parks, we've got weeds, right? Within, even though we got some nice grassy area, there's different weeds in there, and as you use the same mower, even if you clean it to the best, there's still gonna be some seeds and other things that can drop, and so we wanna make sure that we're separating it to keep that as clean and as nice for as long as possible, so, I think eventually as well, because it's quite a bit, we haven't been maintaining the olive bowl in the last few years leading up to this project. We're also going to need to, make an additional investment to maintain it to a high standard. So in the springtime, there'll probably be an additional body that we'll be looking to add, just to make sure that we're keeping not only that, but the rest of our parks and our public spaces, kept up in a very, pristine way.
And then the second part of that question was, is there gonna be like a mobile mound for the field, or is this gonna be something that we move from?
There's gonna be a permanent, pitching mounts, and then,
So I know we're getting so nitty gritty, but.
yeah, there's gonna be permanent pitching mounts on all three fields, and then we're gonna have portable, so that way you can do the individual small, yeah.
Cool, thank you.
Thank you.
Good. Thank you, Armando.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
So just on that point though, I think we mentioned it in the budget as well, but there's still gonna be a strong partnership, and I appreciate Joseph and Marshall and the other team as far as through the transition. We've had lots of meetings throughout as far as how it's going to look, making sure that we're still, having partnerships with, because historically, everyone was housed in city services. So maintenance folks, whether they were working on parks or whether they were working on, other public works type of projects, everyone was kind of in a team. So we still want to have that team effort, but just be a little more specific as far as what their day-to-day functions are. So one team will be more designated for parks. The other will be for building maintenance, public works type of projects. But recognizing that there's gonna be times where each different group is going to need to support the other.
Thank you. At this time, we'll welcome Solana Reese Nunez for finance.
Thank you so much. We have a great department. So that's a picture of our department. We have Sandy, who's been with us for 23 years. Adriana's been with us 28 years, and Yolanda has been with us 14 years. So their knowledge is crucial to the finance department operating well. Yanni and I are newbies. Yanni's been with us for about 5 months, and I've been here about 4 months. So this is our whole department, and we take care of a lot of things for the city. So this is our organization structure, and Sandy is our manager, and she does a wonderful job, and she can give us information on stuff that's like super old. So I'm like, do you know anything about this? She's like, let me go find it. She knows exactly where to get it for us. And so we also at the moment have Darlene. She's a consultant and helps us with any special projects or tasks that we need in order to get caught up with our budgets and not budgets, I'm sorry, with the audits. So our department,
I know, I forgot. Oh, yeah. When they did the presentation, I'm like, oh, they did origami's. I have one in the presentation. So I'm proud of myself. You know, we don't have a lot of fun projects like parks over there, no, so.
Don't be jealous.
So I get origamis.
Yeah.
But we do process on a daily basis the utility bills. We receive payments all day, and we answer questions all day regarding utility bills, permits, yard sales. We also are in charge of the accounts payable. We issue business license, we issue quarterly statements, and we send out, a lot of business license bills on a quarterly basis. We process payroll twice a month. And AP is now being processed on a weekly basis, just to make sure that all of our bills are paid on time. And we are managing everything that comes in as fast as possible. We're also working with all of the departments to make sure that we are tracking grants correctly. We spend a lot of time comparing our notes to their notes, and making sure that we're both on the same page. Audits is a part of our department. And right now, we're working on the audit for 24 and for 25 already. The auditors are actually going to be here on Thursday. Their first visit and start going through some of the general questions and processes. And they may be calling you or sending you emails. And it just depends who they decide to send an email to regarding what we do. Some of our highlights or goals that we've done in the last couple of months. We started the audit for 24. We hired the auditors and we started sending them all of the documents as soon as they sent us the request list. We approved the budget for 26. We have posted our current budget into our financial software for 26. So now the directors can see how much was approved for their budget, how much they've spent, and how much funds they still have available for each line item. We are also in the process of implementing the new financial software. So we have numerous meetings. We send them the database. We take snapshots of whatever they need. We're just going through the process, even though the program won't be officially live for us until July 1st. We have started having numerous meetings, trainings, and sharing data already. We are doing actually where every module has a representative of who's going to be working on that module. So I'm not in charge of every module. It's going to be, if it's the HR module, it's going to be Miranda. If it's the AP module, it's our AP person. If it's the permits, module, it's going to be permits. Sandy and I will be in the room so that we hear what the training is about and how it works. But we want everybody who's going to be the expert in that module to be part of that module from the get-go. Sandy and I will be backups, but we want them to be the expert so that it's implemented properly. That's what we've been trying to do with the implementation right now. I'm currently working on updating all our finance and accounting policies and procedures so that it's an easier type of, it's an easier booklet where you can actually reference one policy and say, oh, this is how you're supposed to do this process. And this is why. So that's in the process and it'll be coming to council in the next couple of, council meetings for review and approval. We're starting to participate in some of our community events so that people don't just see us behind that screen and say like, oh, that's what I get my money to. So we did the trick or treating. The little kids from the school came and we decorated and dressed up and that was fun. And then some of us went to the American Spirit Award mural dinner. And so we'll continue to try to be a part of the community in some other events. Depending on our schedules, because there's so much stuff going on. The 25 audit schedule, we've already started working on those, and then we're trying to develop, and I still haven't met with the directors and their staff regarding a new process for tracking all of our grants, since I've been working on a couple of other things that have some priority. And there's a picture of us handing out candy to our little ones. And that's it for my presentation. Is there any questions?
Thank you. Thank you. Questions?
But I want to say thank you and extend my deepest gratitude. You brought a much needed light into a department that has had some 40 years over the last couple years, and I really appreciate you making it understandable for a layman like myself of how the budgeting process works, the auditing. We've had other direct, I've experienced only one other director, and I tried my best to understand, but I think they enjoyed making it complicated. And so I really appreciate the fact that they make it so I can understand it, so I can follow the money from its origination to the department, to how it's spent. And I appreciate you really taking an initiative to be such an integral part of our community and making the department such a wonderful place, including the painting that you've done. It's been a completely one shift, so thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Thank you for your support.
We're moving on to 14.1, public hearing, adoption of the first reading of updated building code 2025 and the ordinance of 615. This is an action and recommendation.
Good evening, council. I'm here to reintroduce the first reading of the 2025 building code adoption, and which it does include an addition, which is the wildland urban section. So with that, then you do a background analysis. Every 3 years, the code for construction, we usually adopt. We update the adoption by the state to meet new guidelines. The last code section or the code update was based off the 2022 California building standards. And that was effective January 1st of 2023. The first public notice was published on November 8th, 2025 for this code adoption. And then some of the major changes for residential, battery ready infrastructure. So basically installing the conduit, face for the panels. Requires all new electrical readiness in kitchens, laundry, dedicated to 40-volt outlets, electrical code, new EV charging infrastructures, with EV ready circuit going or for each going. And then for plumbing, lavatory flow rate reduction, reduced from 0.5 GPM to 0.4 GPM. Get closer here. And then also for the energy code, we'll see increased building envelope insulation R value by 1 across most climate zones, which we're on climate zone 13, so it does pertain to us. Solar PVC system required on all new non-residential buildings, 100 foot or less tall. Battery storage readiness dedicated to 40-volt circuit and 4 square feet of wall space. That's my presentation. Do you guys have any questions?
At this time, I'm gonna open up to the public hearing. Public comment. No, public comment. This time it's closed. Do you have any questions? No? No, thank you. Oh, no, we have a motion. Say there was something that's missing. I move we adopt the first reading, no? But you're good. Yeah, no, okay. I move we adopt the first reading.
I'll second.
A motion for May, the second for Sanchez, all in favor? Aye.
Motion carries 5-0.
Moving on to 14.2, community development block grant. The 2025 applications, the action and recommendation. Good evening.
Mayor and council members, I'm Susan Long with QK. We are the contract planners for the city. And I'm here this evening to inform you and the public about an opportunity that the city has to apply for funding under the 2025 Notice of Funding Availability for Community Block Grant Funds, commonly known as CDBG. So one of the requirements for applying for these funding is to hold 2 public hearings. This is the first of those 2 public hearings. And the reason for that is to gain public input on potential funding and the activities that the city might apply for or have interest in. Also to inform the council and to receive direction on what applications to prepare for city vote. Some of the objectives are to build viable communities, required for decent and affordable housing, suitable living environments, and to expand economic opportunities. The primary benefit for the program is for low and moderate income persons, families, and neighborhoods. So any program that we do has to benefit that category. So eligible activities under this NOFA, excuse me, or Notice Fund Availability is infrastructure in support of housing, housing acquisition and rehabilitation, community facilities and public services, planning studies, and economic development programs. All activities must meet at least one national objective, which is benefiting a low, moderate income person, either preventing or eliminating slums or blight, and or meeting an urgent community need. So this year, staff is recommending that we apply for $3.6 million, which is the maximum amount of funding that you can apply for under this NOFA, for 3 activities. 2 of those activities would be for planning studies, one for an ADA transition plan and a water master plan. So the 2 separate planning activities to do those 2 plans. And then an infrastructure improvement program, which will help fund the additional work related to the fire flow pipeline replacement project that has also been funded with a community grant that you received from Validate's office. I know that this is hard to read, just want to kind of give you an idea. So in your pipeline for your capital improvements projects, you had, 14 different pipelines that you wanted to make improvements to, and you received 1.7 million from your community grant. So I'll show you the next slide. That doesn't get you too far. It gets you through 3 and not even a half of those projects. So by applying for CDBG money, we can now get you down. You can do all 4. We can do almost 12. All 12 will be able to be accomplished with these funding. That'll only lead to additional projects, which is about a little over $1 million. So hopefully, we can go after some additional funds, or there'll be another opportunity in that way. CDBG funds does provide general administration, so the city does get compensated for all the work that they have to do related to grant administration, doing reimbursements, those type of things. For the infrastructure project, that administrative piece would be about $215,000. And the balance then of that 3.3 million would be for the activity itself. The NOFA was released on September 30th. News just in, the application deadline was changed. The portal was to open December 1st, but as I was sitting here, I read the email that I just got that says it now will open in February. And applications will be due by sometime in April, where it was the end of January. So it's pushed out a little bit. Does give us more time to perfect our application to ensure that we're competitive. I would assume that's going to mean awards will likely be announced around November. The grant term is for 2 years and 9 months to expend the funds. So it's very important that we are able to show that we're ready to move forward on these projects. We have work plan, we have the specs, everything ready to go. The next step will be to have a second public hearing, which we had initially scheduled for December 9th. However, we might want to reconsider that, given now that the note has been pushed out. And so now it's the opportunity to get feedback and answer questions.
I'm gonna open this up to the public hearing, to the public. No public comment, anybody? No, the time it's closed. You have any questions, concerns? Get that money? What's the goal?
This is, I just wanted to clarify for, the community that this is a grant that we have been ineligible for because of, previous situations that have happened here in Lindsay, and thankfully we are moving forward with good staff, with good practices, good systems, and a good city council that is making sure that we are going to be hopefully spending $3.6 million according to the rules this time, and not get in trouble like we did last time. So I really want to thank the work of everybody who's put in that effort, and hopefully we awarded all of them.
Yes. Good, thank you. Thank you.
Just one comment, Madam Mayor. So Susan mentioned this, but there's a lot of projects that we could be working on, but why we've kind of come up with these is that one, the necessity of these projects. So looking at how it's going to have the most impact for the city, also how it's going to set us up for the 2 planning grants, ensuring that we have access to additional funds possibly that are outside of these CDBG funds, but some other grant opportunities that would be on the horizon. And then that the real on the infrastructure portion, why the water, the fire flow projects and the pipeline replacements is just being able to be shovel ready. And so those projects are shovel ready. We can execute on those projects relatively quickly and be ready if we're awarded that. Whereas there's many other projects in town that we know that we'd like to see, but we need to do a little bit more legwork on the front end. So we will be working on those other projects. So when the next round of funding comes available in the future, then we'll have some more options as far as what we may be able to pick.
And we will have the audit completed, correct?
The audit, yes, is gonna be completed. I mean, we're, like, Soledad mentioned,
No pressure.
they'll be on site Thursday in 2 days, less than 2 days. And, so I'm hopeful that by the end of this calendar year that it will be completed, but, we will see.
Let's see, well, yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Do you want to make motions?
You want the motion?
I don't think it was an action item, so.
No action.
Well,
If this is action and recommendation.
This is the second reading.
There isn't a second reading, you just have to have another public hearing, which will have to be separately noticed. So you don't technically have to do anything unless you want to provide direction to them for something different.
Okay, thank you so much. No. Moving on to request for future items. We have any requests? Open the present. Is that your request?
Yeah.
As we're opening the present, my only request is that we get, the football, the city of Lindsay football maturity, we can get a proclamation going for them.
For
Get them on the next.
football cheer program, the cheerleader won 4 different divisions, first place in cheerleading, and then grand champion and three categories. So they're the best of the best. We have some fine athletes in our program, and our totally made it to the finals. So
It is it. What is it?
They probably are some
Cigar?
kind of sweet treats.
Oh, you said cigars. I said cigars, I did.
like crackers.
Gonna be matcha.
Stickers, are they stickers?
I don't know. Oh, no, I don't know what that is. Really.
They like chocolate covers, so.
They do. That's why they taste so skinny.
What I also, I don't know if we need to do this on for future items, the high school engineering club did 2
Oh, yes.
presentations for us. Well, for me, and it has to do with the Edison guy that's coming. I think it'd be cool for them to do their presentations. They're super short, presentations. There's only like 7 students, but I think one of the things that I told them after they presented, I'm like, you give me hope. Like, there's hope
Yeah.
because they want to better our community, and I think it's just, even though all their
It's the
numbers,
engineering club, something like
Pathway.
pathways or,
yeah.
at least part of it, so.
Did they talk to you about the park, lighting at the park?
No.
Oh. They're gonna.
They got some good ideas.
They got awesome
Yes.
ideas.
So, any other future? No? No, all right. Well, everybody.
Is there an ordinance,
Just kidding, go ahead.
is there an ordinance or is something in place for, team or, fire hydrants? Or, I've seen that in other cities that sometimes they pin on the flag or, I was just curious if that's something that we have in place already or.
Yeah, thank you for that. That we don't have an ordinance or any requirement for that. That is something we've been discussing. In fact, that was just in light of the time and not taking up too much in city manager comments. We did discuss some of that public artwork as well as we've talked about that a little bit with the Economic Development Committee as far as beautification, help to spur interest in downtown. So we have looked into that. We discussed that a little bit. Porterville, recently they did that and they partnered with Summit Charter Academy, one of their charter high schools in Porterville, and their art class took that on and did, I don't think they did all of the hydrants in downtown, but they did do several. Visalia has worked with their arts community where they've painted where theirs is more, I think they've had more freedom to have, so it's not every fire hydrant looks exactly the same, where Porterville had a theme. It was I think American flag type of thing that they did in Porterville, whereas it's a little more different in Visalia. But yes, that's something that we're actively looking into, and I think would be a nice addition for Lindsay. So hearing and seeing that council is also interested, we can definitely do some further investigation and look forward to maybe a partnership with the schools. I think would be a good idea as well. And we talked about even at the committee meeting about a possible competition. We were talking about it for sidewalk or for crosswalks.
Yeah.
But I think that can expand, that we could easily do a competition and get some community involvement with the design and with fire hydrants as well. I don't see why we couldn't do it for both.
Yeah. And we'll definitely be better than Porterville. We'll just have to leave you guys for that meeting right there. The meeting is adjourned. You guys will have a good meeting.
Are we going
Wait.
back into session?
We are. So the meeting is not adjourned. If you guys can leave, we'll have a good night. Thank you for showing up. You don't want to wait. At this time, we're back from closed session. We have nothing to report. The meeting is adjourned. Have a good night.
So,